Hello, my dear Scorpio. We're going to do a reading today for 2023. Now, this is going to encompass the entire year. It's going to be kind of your outlook, your energy that you're going to be dealing with. I just want to talk about a few things that are happening for you, Scorpio, because there are some big planetary movements through the astrology, and I just want to talk about them really briefly. So we have Pisces, right? One of your sister signs. And Pisces is going to have, it's had Neptune in there for a little while, but now Saturn's going to be moving into Pisces. And with them in the sign together, it's going to be really powerful because Neptune's the planet of our dreams, right? It represents our dreams. And Saturn's about our reality, right? So maybe we can make our dreams a reality, right, Scorpio? And wow. That's really amazing. And I got to say, Neptune and Saturn have not been in Pisces together for like hundreds of years, and this is not going to happen again in our lifetime. So I really think that we really have a lot of big opportunities here this year. Pluto is also going to be moving from Capricorn into Aquarius, and it could be a little challenging for you. I'm wondering what that's going to be like because you are the card of death. Well, Scorpio is the card of death, right? And death represents rebirth and death and rebirth, and changing things that no longer work for us. I think as Pluto moves into Aquarius, it's going to cause you to want to think, right? Because Aquarius represents our intellect. It's going to cause us to think about what we want to change. And we might actually take action on that, right? Because of Saturn's placement in Pisces. We're really going to dive into our unconsciousness, and we're going to take a deep look at our dreams and what we want out of life. And we're going to say, hey, maybe we need to do things differently. But, let's see what the cards say. I'm going to start by picking a card from this deck. This is my oldest deck of cards. It's very well worn, and it's just a classic deck. So let's see. I shuffled these a little bit, but I want to give them another quick shuffle. All right. Scorpio. What's going on with Scorpio? Okay. You have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is very slow movement. This is the card of Taurus technically, but it could represent, it just represents earth energy. So it could be Capricorn, it might be Virgo. And when I say that it might be Virgo, it might be Capricorn, I just mean like, this is a court card, so it can represent a person or it can represent you. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is slow movement and progress, right? The Page, which is the card before this, represents someone very young and someone immature almost, and they're trying to like make something happen in their life, and they're trying to make it happen, but they haven't quite done it yet. The Knight is actually working towards that. They've got on their horse and they're starting to move. Now, I think what you'll notice is that he's like barely move. He's not moving, but he is like technically what this card represents is just really slow movement. And it's going to be slow movement towards something in the material world. It could be your career, it could be your finances, anything in the earthly realm, right? So that's interesting. I kind of want to see what's at the bottom of the deck here. I haven't done this for all the signs, but I'm just feeling like I want a little more information. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is what you're working towards. And this is, what the Nine of Pentacles represents is material success and abundance. It's having enough and having enough to share, right? And this woman is very wise and smart with her money. And it just represents someone that's in this very stable place. So if you have been experiencing some instability in your life, this year you have the opportunity to slowly work towards some stability. All right, great. So Scorpio, we had a very interesting reading for your fellow water sign Cancer. It was extremely intense, and there's a lot of big movement and energy going on with your other water sign. So I'm curious if you're going to have kind of a similar reading. Let's see here, though. I'm going to be picking these cards. I'm going to be picking 3 rows of cards. The first row is going to represent the past. The things leading up to the present, right? What's happened this year. And then we're going to have the middle row, which is going to be the present moment. What energy are you moving into the new year with? And then the final row is something a little different that I haven't done yet. It's going to be messages from your future self. So if you went into a time machine, right, and went ahead a year, and you were able to talk to yourself, what advice would yourself give you? I think that's kind of interesting, right? So let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Getting there. Okay, these are ready now. So the first card here is the Page of Swords. So like I was saying with the Page of Pentacles, which you didn't get, but I was kind of describing it. The Page of Swords represents someone young or naive, someone who thinks that they know everything, but it's just someone that's kind of immature, and they're trying to figure out where they're moving towards and what they're doing. The card after this is the Knight of Swords, and that represents really fast movement in a direction with your thoughts, with your mind, with your intellect. And the page is kind of just like, sitting around, talking to people, but not really like it's, just kind of stuck a little bit. And so maybe you felt that a little bit this year. What's next? The Page of Wands, so another page. So more immature, young energy. The page is going to be a little bit more inspired than the Page of Swords, or the Page of Wands is going to be more inspired than the Page of Swords. And I say that because the page is the one, the Page of Wands is the one that has all the inspiration and the fire. The Page of Swords is the one with the intellect, right? So this could be, maybe you're trying to combine these two parts of yourselves. Let's see what the next card is, though. So now you have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords, it's challenging energy. This represents Pisces, it represents Gemini, excuse me. And it can be, it's very challenging energy actually, because you're not looking at what you should be looking at. You're protecting yourself in this bubble, right? And you have all these swords that are trying to pierce your bubble. And it's about this card is about not looking at what you need to look at. In the Rider-Waite deck, right, this person has a blindfold on. So this is just another way of visually describing this with this bubble. But basically what's happening is, you have a lot of fear and anxiety, and it's just not really, you're sitting in some challenging energy, and I think it's because of these 2 pages here. These pages aren't really, there's not much action happening with them, right? And so that's probably why there is this card here. It's the fear of, you're fearing inaction or something. It's kind of what I'm getting. I want to get more information here. So what's going on in the present for you? So now you have the 5 of Swords, you have the Lovers in the right in the middle, and you have Temperance. So the 5 of Swords, Scorpio, this is Venus in Aquarius, and it's kind of about, it's about loving yourself, and it's about it's about like you're kind of like focused on the wrong thing, I guess is what I want to say. Like, it's kind of like you're not focusing on love, you're focusing on the opposite of that, which is hate, right? It's almost like you hate yourself a little bit, or you're, because it's coming from your mind. You're talking to yourself in a funny way, and it's causing you to not move forward, because the 6 of Swords represents moving on from the pain. You're still kind of like like sitting in it a little bit, and you're not able to like see clearly because of that. And this could be affecting relationships, especially your primary relationship, because this is, you have the Lovers right in the center. And this is Gemini energy, another card of Gemini. And, you know, the Lovers represents that point in our life where we meet our counterpart, you know, that person that can be our perfect mirror and can show us by just their actions, things about ourselves. And I think it's kind of important to remember that when we have that mirror in our lives, we're really able to see ourselves and we're able to like move forward with things a lot better. And I think, and like, you have this card in the bottom, you have Sagittarius's card, Temperance, and so this card represents kind of blending fire and water, which don't mix, right? And really the only way fire and water mix is with some sort of like alchemy. That's kind of what, that's the description of the card is about alchemizing something that shouldn't be able to be mixed. But it's about mixing different part of ourselves, the light and the dark. And that's what maybe this Lovers represents, is the dark and light parts of yourselves. And this Temperance card represents actually finding the balance within yourself, being able to mix those things within yourself that can be polarizing. Okay, let's go to the last row here. Let's see what the messages from your future self are. So you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Chariot. So that's beautiful. And then you have Justice. So a couple more, you have 4 big cards on the table, the majors, right? And in this last row, you have the Queen of Wands, the Chariot, and Justice. So the Queen of Wands is like the ultimate manifester. They are as powerful as the magician in manifesting, and they really just know what they're doing. They know what inspires them. They move forward. They're able to use their words. They're very much sitting in their essence, right? And because of that, because you're in that place, Scorpio, you're able to move forward, and you're moving on from the Lovers to the Chariot, which is that forward movement that I was talking about once you're tapped into your passion. And I have a feeling that this passion has been here all along. It's been simmering, and you've probably been in touch with it through your life so far. But this is the movement that you finally get, and you're the one making it happen with this Queen of Wands on top. Now you have the Justice card, which is Libra, and it's the cause and effect, right? And the actions that you're taking now are from a place of inspiration. And so you're going to have really good things come in for you because of that. And you're able to really, you're able to battle this 5 of Swords card, that negative self-talk, right? Those just like the fear-based thoughts, the just thinking really badly about yourself. And it's going to allow you to really get in touch with yourself when you're able to release that and release this 8 of Swords energy down here as well. Because, I'm looking at this Knight of Pentacles over here, which is the slow movement. And then you have the Chariot, which is a little bit faster. It's like, it's really overwhelming almost, right? For you, I feel like, because you want to be slow, but things are moving fast. That's what I'm getting here. But you're going to be rewarded quickly for moving this quickly. And it's really going to be in alignment with yourself. So, damn, Scorpio. Wow. And here on the bottom of the deck is the King. So here's your counterpart. This could be you actually. You're embracing both the King and the Queen of Wands, which is like a power couple, this fiery power couple. And this could be really you and your partner coming together. If you've had some strife, this could be you coming together, or you could be meeting someone that's able to match you, or this is just you, right? Like I said, I really, really love that for you, Scorpio. So I want to clarify a little bit here. I have After Tarot. This is what this deck is called. And I want to get some clarification for the last row, the messages from your future self, because your future self is really telling you that you're going to make this happen this year. Whatever you're dreaming about, you're making a reality by sitting in your own power. and being connected to yourself and blending parts of yourself together so that you can be the driver in your life. Okay. And you can learn the lessons that you need to learn too. That just came to me. Okay. So let's get some clarification cards here. So with the Queen of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is probably a little bit of background energy that you're having. The Four of Pentacles it's tough energy because you feel like you're going to lose what you have. And so Scorpio, right? Your card is Death. And you'll see that Death is making an appearance in this card. You feel like things are going to be taken away from you. But what you don't realize is that maybe some things do need to be taken away. And it's destined to happen. And you're really going to be the one making it happen because you are the Queen of Wands here. Let's see what's going on with the Chariot. With the Chariot here, you are the Nine of Pentacles. Like I said, this Nine of Pentacles came up first, right? And it was the second card that I pulled out of my old deck here. And it's coming up again for you. And this just means that once you get on that horse and you start moving really quickly in that passionate place, you're going to get a lot of rewards. And that was getting that feeling from the Justice card as well. Let's see what clarifies Justice. Here's the Five of Swords. So I do feel like, since this is coming up again for you from the message from your future self, I think that you're going to be finding that once you start moving forward, this Five of Wands energy is going to disappear. It's going to be in the background. It's not going to go away, but you're going to be able to deal with it a little bit better. And, you might feel a little bit like you don't deserve it, or that like you are these things that are coming towards you that are going to be like gifts almost. It feels like you're kind of like stealing them, or that's not the right word. It's more like you don't, it's like you won a battle, but it was an unfair battle. Like you knew you were going to win in the first place. So you feel like maybe you don't deserve what is coming towards you. And I think that's a natural thing for you, Scorpio, to feel. But it's okay, right? I mean, you obviously do deserve these things. You do deserve it, Scorpio. Let's see what's on the bottom of this deck. I just want to see this last card. Okay, here's the Seven of Cups. And I think this is you. You're just making choices here. And, I think you're afraid to pick the wrong one. You're afraid to pick the wrong choice. But I think, like I said, if you really sit into your emotions, like this is another emotions card. So it's a Cups card, right? So if you sit into your emotions, Scorpio, you're going to find that the decisions will come easily to you, and you're going to be in your power place, right? And I think one of your sister signs, Cancer, I'm really feeling like there might be a Cancer for you that's going to help you out. Maybe. Wow. This is a really great reading, Scorpio. I feel really positive for you. I think you're going to really grow a lot this year, and there's going to be a lot of progression, and you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. Great. All right, Scorpio. Thanks for hanging in there. Please like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. It was a pleasure reading for you today, and I really hope you have a great end of your year and a good start to your 2023. Thank you, Scorpio.